Welcome to part 4, Time of My Sorrows, November the 25th, 2022. And I want to bust on back into Proverbs 3. I want to get through this. It is now 2:12 in the afternoon, and I got things I need to get done. And Sabbath begins at 6. And there's service tonight. There's service all weekend. There's no excuse why we should not be in the house of the Lord as often as possible. And if you're truly the Lord's, why wouldn't you want to be? Every chance that you could get to praise God. Why wouldn't you want that? And to be a vessel for the Lord's use. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Anyways, moving on into Proverbs 3:10. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. This ain't going to happen. You're not going to be increased like this if you're not doing for the Lord the correct way and coming out of your sin. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Oh, I am never weary of his correction. I am grateful for it. I am always grateful when the Lord corrects me, because I would rather he correct me than let me perish in sin. And what else? We know that he loves us by his chastisement upon us, because one who loves his children will certainly punish them when they are doing wrong. And bring them out of it if they will come. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth. See? Right there. My finger was right at it and I hadn't even read it yet. Even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. I'm going to recap on those two verses. My son, despise not chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise which is profit of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. See, it's better than silver and gold to have the wisdom and understanding of the Lord. She is more precious than rubies, and all things thou canst desire are not to be compared unto her. Length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor. Her ways are ways of pleasantness, and all her paths are peace. She is a tree of life to them that lay hold upon her, and happy is every man that retaineth her, which means keeps her. It means wisdom and knowledge. The Lord by whom hath founded the earth, the Lord by wisdom, rather, sorry. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth. By understanding hath he established the heavens. By his knowledge the depths are broken up, and the clouds drop down the dew. My son, let not them depart from thine eyes. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. So shall they be life unto thy soul, and grace to thy neck. Then shalt thou walk in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Are you hearing this? The Lord shall keep you from being taken. So you have nothing to be afraid of. Sickness or what have you. Why do you fear if you trust the Lord? You shouldn't have anything to be afraid of. And if you fear rejection of man, welcome to the club. I go through it on a daily basis. I fear rejection of others. But you know what? I've come to the point where it doesn't matter anymore. If they reject me, that's fine as long as Jesus doesn't reject me. But if the Lord wants them in my life and so forth, He has the ability to keep them in my life. Those that He wants there, He will put there and keep there. And people that love me, they'll want to be around me even though I love the Lord this much and have to certainly be nuts for Him. And if you don't love me enough to accept my God, then you don't love me. So move on. I have no need of you. If you can't love me and let me be the light that the Lord wants me to be whenever, wherever I am, and accept that part of me, you don't accept me because that's who I am. That's who the Lord made me to be, and it's who I will ever be. And if you can't love me that way, you can't love me. So just move on. I have no need of you. The Lord certainly has the ability to put people in my life that will love me and that do love me. And there's nothing anyone can do about it because He openeth doors no man can shut, and He shutteth doors no man can open. Satan, your time is up. I trust in the Lord. Anyways, then shalt thou walk with in thy way safely, and thy foot shall not stumble. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. I just wanted to recap on that again. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due. That means owners for whom it's due. When it is in the power of thine hand to do it. Say not unto thy neighbor, Go and come again, and tomorrow I will give thee, when thou hast it by thee. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Strive not with a man without cause. That means struggle not with any without cause, which means without reason, just to make sure you're seeing that there. If he hath done thee no harm, envy thou not the oppressor. That means man of violence. Envy not the man of violence, and choose none of his ways. For the froward is abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blesses the habitations of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools, which means the reward of fools. And who is a fool? The Bible teaches plainly that a fool says in his heart, there be no God. If you do not acknowledge the one true God, which is Jesus, you are a fool. And what does it say right here? The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion, which means reward of the fools. So all you who truly will not acknowledge the one true God, which is Jesus, you deny him when you do not acknowledge him. When you say that he is not God, but just the Son, you do not acknowledge him. For he told us plainly in his word that I and my Father are one. We know that in John 1:14 it tells us that the Word become flesh. That was Jesus. We also know that in John 1:1 it tells us that in the beginning the Word was God, or Word was with God, and that the Word was God. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. That is John 1:1. And then over in John 1:14, it told us that it became flesh, which is Jesus. No one has ever suffered for you like Jesus, and no one ever will. Doesn't matter how much man loves you or professes to love you, they can never love you as much as the God of all things. And though Jesus was born into this world, and he came and chose to come as a Jew, forget not that he was God first before he came. And he still has those abilities and that power, that same power that built this world and the heaven above and set the stars in the sky and the moon and the sun to shine is the same God we serve and the same God who answers prayers every day. I love you, and I'll see you in the next part later on. I'm taking a small break, and if the Lord wants me to continue this series of the days of my sorrow, I shall. Until then, I'll see you when I see you. And if the Lord tarry not, then I'll see you in the clouds. Love you.